Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome to Saeed TV and welcome back to another Friday night show. Big up to everybody who's tuning in, who's locked in at the minute. Um, it would have been the previous show, but as you can see, no game on tomorrow. But you know what? Lots to talk about. Lots to talk about. And with me today, we have Charlie to my left or right on your screen. Big up to you, Charlie. How are you, mate?
Big up, mate. All good, all good. Shame about the cancellation and stuff, but we just gotta hope that it restarts soon. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's all you can ask for. That's all you can ask for. Statman Bay's in the building. When you say Statman, everything good?
I'm good. I'm good. How you guys?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad, man. How was the unpopular opinions? What was the worst unpopular opinion?
Nah, I'm gonna do that show with Harj, innit? Because Harj had a couple of unpopular opinions, innit? So I was
Okay.
like, I'll wait for him until he's free to do that.
Yeah, absolutely,
Because some of the
absolutely.
opinions were wild.
Yeah. Listen, it's especially now we're back into kind of like nothing to do and whatnot. You might see some wild statements in it. You know what I mean? Where it's probably not measured in it. So we'll see. We'll see. Big up to everybody who's watching. Anna says McKenna gone, feeling your next. We're going to discuss that. Big up to everybody who's here, side of the panel. Big up to you. Big up to everybody. Yeah.
Yes, people. What are we saying?
Yes, bits and bobs as well. I didn't even see you there, man. I thought you were in the background lurking, so I thought let me introduce you when you got your mic on. But yeah, man, bits and bobs in the building as well. What are you saying, brother?
Bro, we're caught up here, man. The government are trying to ruin this country already. But we're good. We keep it moving, bro.
Yeah.
We're positivity. Positivity is
Yeah.
contagious.
Absolutely, man. Well, you guys got any kind of restrictions or anything yet right now?
Yeah, so check this out, yeah? How can this woman say, please restrict to free mixing with three households, yeah? But every morning I take my son to nursery and he
Yeah.
has 15 other kids.
Yeah, true.
Come on.
True.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, and then to take the mic here, I can go shop to Tesco, whatever, walk
Yeah.
past probably half my town. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Exactly. It's all mad, mate. It's all mad. Honestly,
Trust me.
It's all mad in the dunya. I always
Dunya.
say it's mad in the dunya, man. The dunya is mad, man. But big up to everybody who's watching. Obviously, as you can see there, I've got a new Man United logo. I got that from Design Origin Home. If you guys want to get your one, big up to the guy who got it me today. I literally just got it today. Dropped it off at my house as well. So if you want to get your Man United logo, you can do other sorts of designs as well. So get yourself in the description. Link, his email's there, and also his Instagram is there. Big up to Design Origin Home if you want to get yours, man. Big up to you. Big up to Zayn Biasa here with a super sticker. You know what I'm saying? Do top four and all that. So he's buzzing right now. You know what I mean? We're just Charlie waiting for the Premier League to finally find out what they want to do. I think someone here said that what do you call it? FA are desperate to play the Xmas games, money of course, then 2-week blank out people. What do you make of that one?
Well, I think everyone's just fed up. We're all just fed up of it, aren't we? It feels like we've gone back to sort of 2020 again, where we had everything going on. But look, if you've got 3 or 4 teams in the division that have got COVID outbreaks, it really makes it a real task. And it's not just 3 or 4 teams. The majority of teams now have got big problems. So, you know.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear you.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, he's gone. Yeah.
But I think in terms of, I think United, I think they said we'd have only had 9 players for the Brentford game and only 7 players available for the Brighton game. So I said 9 for Brentford and 7 for Brighton. So it's just we just cannot play at the moment. And if there's, I don't know whether they're trying to get some games going at least.
Sorry, guys, I don't know what happened there.
I don't know whether they're trying to get some games going or just keep some games flowing, just because the backlog's going to be massive if they cancel so many fixtures. But this is just, I think we're all just fed up of this in terms of it's affecting all our lives again. But I'm not sure what they'll do. Obviously, I think tomorrow there's 4 of the 6 games have been cancelled. I think there's still a couple on tomorrow, and then on Sunday I think there's a couple on as well. But I think over half of the games have been cancelled this weekend. I believe it really is a nightmare. So I think what they should do is they should, if teams can play the games, let the games go ahead. But if one team says, right, we can't even field 11 players, just cancel the game, and hopefully within a couple of weeks' time we'll be in a better state. But I don't know.
No, but if you see what you said there about the teams cancelling, that's what they've got a squad for, though. They've got the youngsters. This is a time.
But I don't
to take
think they can
advantage.
come into different COVID bubbles and stuff, innit? If there's
Pardon?
a COVID
Yeah,
outbreak,
true.
because that's why I think Chelsea, for example, had 2 goalkeepers on the bench. That's what I've heard apparently.
Wait, Statman, say that again. What?
So, like, say for example, the academy and stuff, innit?
Yeah.
They're in like a different COVID bubble, innit? And once there's a COVID outbreak, they don't want to bring academy players into that bubble, innit?
Right.
Yeah.
They've cancelled the youth game today. They've cancelled the FA
Are you
youth game
serious?
today. Yeah, the youth game under 18s. So that was cancelled today. So I looked at my phone here, and United are doing like clickbait, man. Because they go another United game's been postponed. So I checked on the app. I was like, what? Another game already? So then I find out it was FA youth game. But obviously they want people to click on that app as soon as they can, innit? Make a bit of money while they can. You know what I mean? It's mad, man. It's mad. Rolls Royce Rangnick says if games get as cancelled for United match will be in a month's time. Lack of time might hit us. I don't know, man. I see it as the opposite, people, man. I think because they're athletes, Statman, they'll be allowed to train. Rangnick can get some training time. If we're playing every game every 3 or 4 days, do you want to see that, Statman? Or where's Rangnick now can have a couple of weeks to train these guys if they go into a circuit break, because athletes are allowed to train, aren't they?
But I think at the same time, I think there will probably be a rise in COVID cases as well. Because let's be honest, these people are human. It's Christmas time.
Of course, everyone forgets that.
Yeah, they're gonna make it like what do you call it? Mix with families.
No, I meant after that. I meant after if everyone is fully fit, but then the government still say we're in lockdown, then they can still train, can't they? Like we had last time, we had 3 months off of football, 3 months, and they were allowed to train. Then when we had our lockdown football, the best football I've ever seen, probably under Ollie. You know what I mean? Let's be real.
I genuinely think it's a tricky situation, innit? Because let's be honest, I don't think the clubs know what they're going to do right now. I think there's a meeting on Monday, innit?
Yeah,
with
meeting on Monday,
with all the 20 clubs. Then we'll probably get more information. Like I think currently, someone said they're training alone right now.
Yeah. Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just lock it off,
That's what I think will happen for like a month.
But the government can't afford it? Can they?
I don't know, mate. You know what
because
I mean? You don't know
in Scotland,
on.
Sturgeon said there's not a budget to support businesses and everything that will have to close down. So we shall see, I suppose.
I don't know. I think when it was like 3 months. I think that's when the
big up to Stephen Creamer, by the way. That's a Scottish. He's a Celtic fan.
Yeah, Scottish fan.
Guy.
Yeah. Scottish guy. Yeah, big up Stephen Creamer already. I think Ireland. I don't know if you heard, but they're going to 8 p.m. curfew. You know what I mean?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. curfew, mate. So they won't cancel games because of the fact that how much revenue it gives. If you look at a match day, the amount of people that come fly over hotels. You look at Man United, mate. Every time I must meet about 10 people who've flown over from the other side of the world. That have gone to like hotels round the corner. So that's all helping the economy. You know what I mean? Whereas if you have if you don't have football on, I mean, it does help the economy. You know what I mean, with the match day revenue and everything and whatnot. So for me, I just don't know, man. I just don't know. Statman apparently made out with your boy Gidbert. Is that real stuff? Flawless there?
These fake accounts, man.
Yeah. Fake accounts, man. But I don't know, man. Bits and bobs. Gonna ask you next, man. What do you think the Premier League will do, man? Because we're in kind of a limbo as fans, man. Don't know what's going on.
I think the Premier League will want the games played. To sponsors, revenue, finance. I think they don't want to happen last time. The Premier League, we all know how finances work, how you get packages and stuff.
Yeah, facts,
different quarters and stuff. They can't afford not to play the games. So what I probably will see happen is, how Statman said about the bubbles and stuff, they might change that and just say, look, this fixture has to be played regardless. Because up in Scotland, the champions, Rangers, are playing Dundee United. And they had a massive COVID break, and SPFL, you're playing it, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
So, for me personally, the fixtures need to be played. Okay, if you're looking at the Premier League's point of view, they can't afford another backlog of games. It then affects UEFA, then it affects FIFA. You know? So, listen, the show must go on. Arsenal might win the league.
Oh, bloody hell, mate. Steady on, mate. Steady on. Charlie, Anna says they've got the World Cup. They can't cancel the league. Yeah. How do you see the fixtures? Obviously, there's still 6 games, if you look at it, that were meant to be to the end of the season from I don't know when. You know what I mean? There's a lot of games you got to play. You know what I mean? 6 weeks, 6 games. How you going to fit that in with all the FA Cup in there? Carabao Cup is in there. How do you see everything fitting in? You know what I mean? Because we've got 2 games already. You know what I mean? And we've got Champions League football coming up back in February. There's a reason why the Champions League give us time off, because they know that Premier League have a lot of domestic games and they have a lot of winter fixtures and FA Cups, and you know, it's
yeah. Well, I just think I think the reason for cancel, I understand why we don't want football cancelled. I understand why the Premier League wouldn't want to cancel fixtures, but one positive of cancelling the fixtures is you stop. Obviously, what we've got to remember is that if Man United played the game tomorrow, there may have been players that have tested negative but are still carrying the virus, but just tested negative. It may be false. It may be a false test. And also, there may have been players that have been in contact with those who have tested positive recently, but still haven't got the virus yet and not showing the result. So a positive of cancelling all the fixtures would be that so we know that there's no more spread going between teams. There might be between players in the same team if they've been in the same changing rooms, but between teams, there will be no more cases going towards each other. No more cases spreading. So then, within a couple of weeks, 3 weeks' time, we could all return. There may be some players still suffering with COVID, but they're now nobody's seen them for a couple of weeks. The players that have recovered and tested negative can then play. So that's what they might do. But in terms of the fixtures, I said a few weeks ago, everybody, I had a bit of a laugh. I said we're going to do a title charge. Right, I said we're going to do it. I said we're going to do it. Just a joke, just a joke. And what I'm not happy about is we won 2 league games in a row under Rangnick. Right, the first one was quite convincing. The second one was quite poor against Norwich. Right, we got lucky.
Yeah.
We got 2 clean sheets. We got 6 points. That was momentum. We had momentum there in terms of getting those results. It wasn't fantastic, but it's the momentum of grinding out the results. And if you look at the Manchester City before the win against Leeds, the 7-0 win against Leeds, they were winning by 1 or 2 goals. A lot of their games were quite tight, you know, and that's what you need to do. You need to grind out these results. And we were starting to see a system in place. We were starting to see some gegenpressing. We were starting to see some patterns, a bit more defensive structure. And now we've stopped. And the games have been stopped, and we may have players that are going to take a long, long time to recover from COVID, because we know, although hopefully our players are not going to get ill from COVID, very, very ill, they probably won't get very ill. They may suffer long term in terms of their fitness, etc. So that could actually be a big, big problem for us. And will Rangnick be able to adopt this game? Will we be able to play free flowing, fast on the front foot pressing football when some of our players may be suffering long term from this virus? For a few months, so that's just why I'm not bothered about. You know, I don't want the games to be cancelled, but I don't mind if games are cancelled and we come back and we restart. But I'm just worried that those players, when we come back and restart, are they ready? That's the problem physically, fitness-wise.
Yeah. Drunk Vigo says, "I love locking down and staying home, fam." Well, some people do. Some people do start, man. You know, do you agree with that with Charlie? You know, you could have 2 sides to the story. But I look at it, I think, you know, I mean, there's one reason why I think, you know, United might benefit from this is the fact that we did have our NHS lockdown form. You know, with Martial, Greenwood, Rashford, you know, especially Rashford, he can maybe get a bit more, you know, rest, you know, Ronaldo fit and firing new season, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like it gives everyone a kind of get ready. Varane back, Pogba back. Imagine Pogba back in the system of Rangnick. You know, so there are pluses, you know, when you think about it. You know what I mean? As much as we're missing Man United play.
But then you could probably argue that with every other side in the league as well, for example, innit? So, like, does it really help us? And for example, we've had a COVID outbreak. We've seen, for example, remember Paul Pogba came back with COVID last year?
Yeah,
shocking. Couldn't run around the pitch. Imagine that. Obviously, we've had a COVID outbreak. Imagine indeed some of these players have long COVID. then that does not benefit us at all. Because I think even Steve Bruce was talking about it last year with people like Jamal Lascelles, I think, who had it, and St. Maximin. He said like they couldn't even walk until the end of the road without breathing heavily. And these are professional footballers. It's like, no matter what, crazy. I don't think it necessarily helps us or benefits us or puts us in jeopardy kind of thing, innit? You just have to like move on with it.
Yeah, we have to move on with it. You know, we might get locked down Martial, but well, it depends if he stays. You know, I mean, he looks like he's set to go. Just a final thing on it, bits and bobs. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Do you know what? I'm doing it on my phone, and his mum started calling me, so I was trying to hang up on her.
All right, okay. No worries. We're saying about United in terms of affecting by United's form. Do you think the it's better for United to have training? Apparently, they're saying about vaccinated players is a problem. That's an issue for the choice. But I think that's always going to be down to choice. So whatever happens, that'll be down to choice. But just in terms of training, Bubs, what do you think? You know, it'd be better for United to have more training. You know, because elite athletes can train.
Saeed, listen, we've got a new manager. You know, and this is a manager with a philosophy. We can actually say that. Who actually has been his practice has succeeded, and we've seen his students. Personally, it was good for the group to stay together, keep ticking over, as they say. That's an old football saying, keep ticking over. But for the new manager, it means longer to implement what he wants the players to do. You know, and also, you know, it doesn't help. Obviously, because they want to play the games. But training is important, man. At the end of the day, what are you doing training? You try and put it on the Saturday, you know?
Absolutely.
The only annoying thing is that when you're training and you know there's no game, it's not the same intensity, you know? But I'm sure Rolly Ralph will look after that, so...
Absolutely. We'll see. Time will tell, people. Right now, we're going to move on to the football side of it. Kieran McKenna has left. You know what I mean? I think one more to go in my feeling. You know what I mean? But Kieran McKenna has left to become Ipswich manager, which is I think remarkable considering the fact that there are managers out there, Charlie, who with more experience would probably do a better job than Kieran McKenna. But fair play to him, he's got the job. But he's finally left the club. You know what I mean? I was thinking, where was he staying with Rangnick? I thought maybe he might be a hindrance to Rangnick in terms of favourites and all that, but he's gone to Ipswich Town. What do you make of it? Good news, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been a bit tough throughout the whole of Ollie's time, particularly the last 6 months, because it's hard for us to know who was to blame. And I think that the players, the manager, and the staff were all to blame in some percentage. We can argue whether the players were more percentage than the manager, but everybody agrees that Manchester United were not playing very well. Manchester United were not getting results, and the manager, the staff, and the players are to blame in some way. Throughout the whole reign, I thought it was less blame on the players because I really didn't agree with a lot of things that I was seeing on the pitch in terms of the system. But we actually don't know whether Kieran McKenna and Michael Carrick actually had some good ideas. We saw Michael Carrick get 2 wins and a draw when he was the manager. We were playing a lot better as a team, as a unit, than we were under Ollie. Was that a new manager bounce, or was that actually Michael Carrick using some of his knowledge and intelligence and McKenna having more of a say? We don't know. I don't think Ollie, McKenna and Carrick, I don't think any of those are good enough for us to go to win titles. So I think it's good for Manchester United in the long run that he has left the club. And I wish him all the best. Look, he has got some good credentials, we've heard, as an academy coach, right? His approach seems to be good in terms of developing young players. I think he's had a good record at doing that from what I've read about him, but he's not good enough as a Manchester United first team coach for me. But I wish him all the best. I've got nothing against him. I hope he succeeds, but it's a change we needed, and we need a whole, it's not just the coaches, it's not just the players. We all know we need a whole restructure of the whole club from top to bottom. So hopefully Rangnick will aid us to change the way that we actually act as a football club on and off the pitch.
Yeah, Anna says McKenna should have left earlier. Was he weighing his options, using the Man United clout stat man to build in it? You know what I mean? We've got links now. You know what I mean? He's built off United. You know what I mean? Fair play to him. He's gone to United, built it off, and then now he's at Ipswich.
I think that's just a sensible decision to do, innit? Like, if Ralph wasn't going to sack him, just stay in it. Like, he clearly... Like, he's not like the same situation to Michael Carrick, whereas, like, you see with Michael Carrick, Michael Carrick said he wanted a break from football, innit? Because he's been a player for like 16 years or something. And then he was a coach straight away. So he needed a break from football, innit? And I think with Kieran McKenna, he done well for United's academy. I think he done decently well at Tottenham's academy. I think he was before we got in. So you wish him all the best, innit? I personally don't think he's an unbelievable manager. I think Ipswich are around mid-table, innit? So we'll see what happens.
They got a lot of problems, ownership problems as well. So watch out.
But actually, you know what? One thing I say, you see, remember when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got sacked? And even like the weeks before that, there were reports that Michael Carrick and Kieran McKenna wanted to play the back three, innit? Earlier and stuff against, for example, Liverpool. And Ole and Phelan kind of said no. So maybe this guy might have some sort of idea, but he couldn't like.
I'm sorry, but if he couldn't help, you know what I mean, this team when Ole had no coaching say at all. Ole said he was a manager, he wasn't a coach. So if he couldn't implement the ideas when you had to and you had the chance to, I'm sorry, but I've never bought into this great Kieran McKenna that done well at youth level. Where was that? You know what I mean? How can you measure youth level to Premier League football?
Yeah, you can't. But like at least he still has that by him, innit? Yeah. And maybe, you know what? That's probably what Ipswich are holding on to.
Yeah, but I think Ipswich are just holding on to the name. The fact that he coached my United players, and somehow that can help. Help him there. Bits and bobs. You've worked at you're covering Scottish football at the minute. You know what I mean? Like, do you see any hype in this Kieran McKenna? Would any clubs in Scotland take him? Do you reckon? Bits and bobs. Nope, it's not there. So for me, I'm not sure, man, Charlie. I'm not really sure. I'm not, you know what I mean? But fair play, he's left and he's took the job. You know what I mean? Now it just shows you that Rangnick is ready to kind of build his own team now. Finally, we've got a coaching setup that's prepared to succeed rather than prepared to fail, innit?
Yeah. One thing I would say about McKenna, right? Just one point. We don't know. We don't know what actually happened, right? We don't know. But I often feel that whoever the coach was, it could go against Ole's system, because what I don't get, because Ole only picked the team, and I just never got that. I never got that because I just didn't understand what relationship the coaches, Phelan and Ole all had together. Because no matter what McKenna and Carrick think and how, it doesn't matter how good they are as coaches, Ole is going to pick the team. So it doesn't matter if McKenna and Carrick think that so-and-so's trained well, they think that so-and-so would fit a better system, they want to change the system. Ole's having the final say. So we don't know actually whether McKenna actually had any. We don't know. He probably did have some different ideas. He probably, he probably had some decent ideas. We just don't know it. So we just can't say. But in terms of like moving forward, I'm very happy that Rangnick's going to bring his own people in, and then hopefully in the summer we'll make a good decision as a football club in terms of the new manager. But yeah, I just want to see Manchester United playing football again, and I was very, very happy with 2 clean sheets, because this is something I've been talking about for ages. Even under Ole, when we were scoring goals, at the end of last season, we were conceding so many goals. We conceded the first goal in so many matches due to a lack of control and balance, and they're 2 words that Rangnick has focused on so much: control and balance. And I trust Rangnick. He's got the pedigree of football. He deserves trust. He deserves backing. He deserves us to believe in what he thinks and what he wants to do. So hopefully, I think he's brought in. We've got that psychologist, and we've got that Chris Armas, haven't we? I don't know if he's bringing anyone else in. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Anna says here, do you think McKenna will get a lot of players loaned out to him? I don't know. I'm not. Maybe youth players. Maybe there's always going to be a youth players link, but in terms of like first teamers or even reserve players, I don't think any. I think it might be youth team set up only, but I think our youth team is probably better, suited to play the Championship rather than League One. But it is what it is. Big up to everybody who's watching right now. Please, guys, smash a like on the video. McKenna got himself one of the lesser teams in Scotland, I guess. Well, I don't know. McTominay at Ipswich is a big shout. A lot of people, you know what I mean, it's crazy. But you know, I think we're in the right direction, Statman out. We're just kind of moving on now, new era, new start, you know what I mean? And it's good for Man United to have that fresh new start without the kind of backlog of the former kind of coaching team, innit?
Facts. It's kind of like when we had to move on from Oli, we're getting rid of the coaching staff eventually. It's kind of like, funny enough, a cultural reset kind of thing. In a way.
True.
Like we're getting in a lot more like foreign coaches, different style of play. It's brilliant for Manchester United because let's be honest, like some of these coaches, like there's even been reports that apparently the players didn't like Kieran McKenna. Even though we've got a new manager in Ralph, Kieran McKenna still being there was still probably a negative influence in a way. So now he's gone, he's brilliant. Hopefully Mike Phelan can follow, but even then, Ralph's kind of said he does nothing at the club anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's
like,
the one we got.
Don't think Ralph cares about his opinion at all.
No. That's the last one we need to get rid of. But I just don't think he's making a nuisance, is he? You know what I mean? He's one of them where he's not really kind of causing a fuss. He'll be happy just to kind of be there for people, you know what I mean? And really collect his wages, really, you know what I mean? Where else is he going to go? Is he going to go back to Australia? I don't think so.
Yeah, someone said, has McKenna been forced out? I don't think Kieran McKenna's been forced out. I just think a better offer in terms of him progressing his career came in, being a manager elsewhere, and he took it.
Yeah, he took it. Yeah, 100%. And also, there's a feeling that, you know, if you can see that your job is not secure anymore, then why would you stay? You know what I mean? You know, because at the end of the day, you're not got the. And also, he hasn't got the same control, has he, anymore? You know, which is what he kind of wanted at United, especially under Ole. It wasn't a kind of feeling of Ole was in control and you're my kind of like little assistants. You know, this is with you.
Someone like Kieran McKenna could literally be gone in 6 months when a new manager comes in.
Exactly.
And then he's very, very stupid for not taking the Ipswich job right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Notorious Lovin says it's now make or break for it's now or break for Donny van der Beek. Bring up the likes, people. Yeah, man, bring up the likes, people. Let's talk about transfer news, Charlie. Shall we talk about Henderson first? Apparently he wants to leave. Would you get rid of him? Do you still believe in Henderson? What's your take on Dean Henderson? Because apparently he's saying that he's being respectful, but he does want to leave.
Oh, the goalkeeping situation is something that I don't like. I don't really like it because I think David De Gea should still be number one. I said that before the season started, but I do realise that in the next 2 years' time, if Manchester United want to win a Premier League title, we will need a new goalkeeper. And I love David De Gea with all my heart. I love the man so much. And I hated the abuse he got after the Europa League final because it should never have gone to that stage anyway. We know, we've talked about this before. And he got a lot of abuse. He still gets a lot of abuse on my Twitter feed all the time. But he is really he's a Man United legend. He has been cheated really at Manchester United. His performance has warranted titles in the last few years. Obviously, the last 3 years, I think he had a year and a half of a poor spell. And
just after his phase 18, yeah.
Yeah, this season he's been sort of back to his near best. But he did have 4 or 5 years of outstanding performances. But Dean Henderson, for me, I think Dean Henderson, and this was unpopular at the start of the season, but I think Dean Henderson is an average to a decent goalkeeper. That's what I don't think he'd get in Manchester City, Liverpool, United, Chelsea. I don't think he'd get ahead of Ramsdale at Arsenal. I don't think he'd get ahead of Lloris at Tottenham. I don't think he'd get ahead of Pickford at Everton. Would he get in ahead of the Leeds keeper? I don't know. I think he is not good enough at this level in terms of his general game. He's not old. I think he's about 24.
24, yeah, of course.
He's about 24. And to be honest with you, Tom Heaton for me is a decent backup.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Decent
backup. I believe that as well.
I wouldn't mind if Henderson moved on for the betterment of his career, because at the moment he is not going to. At the moment, what he's doing, he's not going to get in the team, because I don't think De Gea will get dropped. I don't think he deserves to get dropped. And to be honest with you, Dean Henderson, I think he's a decent goalkeeper. I don't think he's anything more. I don't think he's anything less. I think he's a decent goalkeeper, but he needs to make his decision. And for me, that decision will probably be to go on loan or to go somewhere else. So yeah.
Statman, what are you thinking? Dean Henderson, are you You know what I mean? For me, when I look at it, really, to be honest, and the chat can get involved as well, I'm not really asked if Henderson is going. And you know, when you're not bothered about someone leaving, you know what I mean? Just goes to show, really, what sort of keeper you are. You're not someone that think I'll miss, because I've seen David De Gea countless games save us, really.
I think with Dean Henderson, it's kind of like he's probably good enough to start elsewhere, just move on, innit? Like, it's going to be very, very tricky to break into the first team right now with the way David De Gea is playing. And he probably will have decent opportunities. Like, you need to remember, this guy a couple of years ago was linked to Bayern Munich as a replacement for Manuel Neuer, potentially, long term.
Mm-hmm.
Like, teams around Europe clearly think there's something in there. And if he can get a first team opportunity elsewhere, why would you not? It's silly wasting your career right now at United on the bench.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, like us giving him a silly wage is also just...
Yeah, we need to remember that as well. The boy, listen, he's got confidence, isn't he? Which is brilliant. People can say it's arrogance or confidence. You know, we like him because he has a bit of character. However, at his age, he needs to be playing games. He's got to be selfish. He's got to think of himself. There's a World Cup coming up. You know, if you look at all the English goalkeepers, Scamsdale's running the show right now. So, do you know what I mean? So, Dean's probably thinking, I'm better than him. I think, though, the thing about Dean Henderson is it's an awkward situation. Ollie brought him back and gave him a 6-year contract. And I don't care what anyone says. If you're being offered a 6-year contract, £120 a week, you're signing it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, even if you're telling them Powery the Lucasade, you're still signing it. Do you know what I'm saying? Said, guys, I think he has to go and play games. Because right now he's going to have to develop his craft. Okay, we've seen he's nice on the feet. He's still a bit dubious and commanding. He's prone to mistakes. He needs to go and play games, man.
Yeah.
I would get rid of both if I had the chance to.
Who?
Both.
Yeah. I genuinely think with United, obviously this is like an immediate problem, isn't it, with United, with David De Gea and stuff. But I think if we're trying to be like a modern day football club, I think that would probably be the wise thing to do.
Right, dude, I just got me that.
That would probably be the wise thing to do long term. Because I don't think, like, if you're comparing him to other top, like for example, City and Liverpool's keepers, is David De Gea brilliant on the feet with the ball on his feet? The answer is no. Is he the most commanding keeper? The answer is no. Is he an unbelievable shot stopper? The answer is yes.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's what I agree with you totally. That's what I said as well. I love David De Gea, and he's one of those players. There are certain players at this football club that I will find hard to let go. David De Gea is probably at the top of the list. He has just honestly saved us so many times. So yeah, but it's a conversation we have to have. If Man United want to win a title in the next, we need to be very, as I said before, Rangnick's come in, improve the structure, improve the way we do things. When Pep and Klopp leave, we pounce. That's when we go for the title. Well, obviously, we go for the title next season, but that's when we can really pounce. When Pep and Klopp both leave, when they need to have cultural reset, we need that keeper needs to be in there then, and that's probably going to be in the next 2 years, 2 or 3 years time.
What? So, Satman, do you say you get rid of both of the keepers? You said,
yeah.
I don't understand though. Do you not think David De Gea is? It's like, you know what I mean? When you look at the saves he makes and the kind of...
No, but that's where you're missing the point. I'm not doubting his shot-stopping ability. I just think he also lacks a lot in terms of being a modern-day keeper as well, innit? In terms of playing out from the back. If I'm comparing it to the likes of Alisson and Henderson, for example, the best, or their goalkeepers are the best sides in the league kind of thing, innit? Which is why I said, if I had the opportunity, I would. But I'm not saying he's not a big issue. Like, I'm not saying sell him in the summer, for example, innit? But I would say if I had the opportunity, maybe long term, I would get rid of both. And getting a keeper that's good in the ball, commands the box, and is a decent shot stopper.
Fair enough. David De Gea is a huge influence, but to be honest, feel like losing 2 players at once. Yeah. You know
the thing is, people have
the
people have the emotional attachment to David De Gea, but people just need to move on sometimes.
Yeah.
Move on with a purpose, though. Move on. Bobby, are you there?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What do you think, David De Gea? Move on? Do you think so?
I think it's a tough one, mate, because we had Van der Sar playing until he's 40. Do you know what I mean? By the time there wasn't, is there a better goalkeeper than David De Gea that will come to us right now? That is the question, I think. Is there someone out there who's more competent we can rely on right now that will come to Manchester United? No. People might say,
But
yes.
you're judging just on the shot stopping ability. I'm talking about more of a
No, but what I'm saying is that, like, look,
I'd rather have a keeper that's 7 out of 10 with the ball, 7 out of 10 coming out the box, and a 7 out of 10 shot stopper.
listen, you're gonna say that, right? But this is the Premier League, mate. Do you know what I mean? Listen, strikers are elbowing you, roughing you up, man, try to intimidate you.
This is the one we should have got.
Yeah. That's what we're checking that one.
This is the one we should have got,
because that could have been a keeper for the next 15 years.
Guys in the chat.
I think keep De Gea, Saeed.
I think me and Statman are on the same page in terms of what we're not saying. We're not saying get rid of them both now. We're saying we think David De Gea is the number one now, but within the next 2 or 3 years, if Manchester United want to win the title, there's many different positions we need to have a look at.
Absolutely,
that goalkeeper position will have to be addressed.
We'll just buy Arsenal's goalkeeper because he'll be England's number one.
You know what it is, yeah? I don't know if Man United's style at the minute is conducive to David De Gea being in net. David De Gea. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Is United's style and the way they want to win now, is it conducive to David De Gea being in net? I don't think it is. I don't think there'll be a correlation. I think David De Gea can still be part of United winning something. I really do.
Yeah.
I think if Ralph Rangnick's system and ideology is that you've got to be good on the ball, by all means, I'm with it then. You know what I mean? Because we're shifting the culture of Man United Football Club to having a keeper that's good on the ball, good on his feet. But if he says it's not conducive to the way I want to play, then for me, so you know what I mean, I think we can keep David De Gea in there. So I don't know if anyone wants to kind of come back at that. I don't know. It's up to you guys.
Well, the thing is, Said, like what we've got to remember is Ralph Rangnick's only here. Well, if we suspectedly, he's only here to the end of the season, right? So in the summer, and hopefully at the moment, Ralph Rangnick will already have an idea of which managers we're looking at, and obviously Ten Hag is the number one, I imagine. Obviously, Poch as well is an option, but like. What we've got to remember is this Rangnick system, unless he brings somebody in that's the same mold as Rangnick of himself, then it's going to be a completely different system. So we obviously Rangnick, Dean Henderson, he may want to hold on to him till the summer because he may think, he may have talks with this new manager that's possibly coming in. I've heard that he wants to give Henderson a chance, etc. So we need to remember this is only a short-term project under Rangnick in terms of as a manager. Obviously, as a consultancy, that's what I'm most looking forward to, his consultancy role. That's obviously his longer-term.
Yeah, that's one thing I should have made clear. Big up to Realist TV. Yeah, to be fair, you're right, Charlie. You know what I mean? I keep forgetting. You know what I mean? And it's just mad, how I keep thinking Rangnick's going to be here, but something makes me believe that Rangnick might be here for another year, and it could be an 18-month contract. I just think that United, normally, do you not feel like Man United should be looking at a manager while Ralph Rangnick's in there, or we should hear him rumours?
We are though. We heard the Sporting Lisbon manager today.
Sorry, it'll be 2 minutes.
Yeah, no worries, man. I didn't hear that. Where did you hear this from?
I think it was on Twitter. Yeah,
it's United exclusive. I read it on. Talking about the Sporting Lisbon manager, but I don't think that. I think Ten Hag is the first choice. I think. Personally.
Ten Hag for me has to be the one. You know what I mean? And that's why for me, if Ten Hag's not available, I don't mind Ralph Rangnick for another year. I don't know about you guys. You know what I mean? Hey, you don't want it?
I'm not having that. Now listen,
man, come on,
man. Let's not be silly here. Ralph, no.
Hold on a minute.
Bring Ollie back. Come on, get Ollie back.
You want Ollie back then, or what?
Listen, you're missing the point. Ralph has been brought here for 6 months. He's not a world-class manager. He's a world-class, whatever, director of football building a club. Let him do that job because he's unbelievable.
Yeah, but then what if he gets a manager who you are not kind of like keen on, or
if Ralph chooses that manager, I'm fine with it. Yeah. That's what.
Okay, I'm with that as well.
Choose it.
I'm with that as well.
I'm
but what
fine
if Ten
whoever the
Hag
manager is?
What if Ten Hag says I'm not available until next year, and then he says, "Right, my contract." If he says his contract runs out,
then let Ralph go with the second choice that he wants
for a year.
Why not? What, you want us to waste another year with Ralph Rangnick? Come on, man. Let's not be silly here.
I don't know, man. I think sometimes, you know what I mean, the principles of a manager, You know what I mean? Like as much as Ralph Rangnick might not be the kind of glamorous coach, he still can coach these guys. Now I'm not falling in love with Ralph Rangnick, but
I
my
think you
whole
are at this
premise.
point, you know.
No. Listen, let me reiterate myself. I don't want Man United to not have a plan for a new manager. Do you get it? Like I don't want them to kind of just almost kind of
fine. Say Ten Hag's our first choice, and we can't get him. We move on to the second choice.
This is what I mean. Had a plan. Look what you say. Look what you're making people think like.
But we had a plan. The club had the plan that Ralph will basically be here until the end of the season, and then he will have a part to play getting the new manager in. That's it. Let's not move away from the plan. No matter how
I'm not moving away from the plan, by the way. I'm not moving away, but I was just kind of like making the whole kind of the whole premise that if we didn't have a plan and if the manager that they wanted wasn't available, I wouldn't be kind of so against the idea of Ralph Rangnick being there for one more year. I wouldn't.
Nah, man, I'm against it.
But that's if Man United don't have a plan, Charlie. Did you get what I'm trying to say to you?
Yeah,
what would you do?
I agree with Statman. Basically, what we need to change the structure of the way this football club acts from the top to the bottom. And the earlier Rangnick gets to the top in terms of the sporting director role, the earlier that happens, right? To be honest with you, I think if you listen to what Ten Hag said, you listen to what Van der Sar has said as well, who also works at Ajax, they both have come out with comments like, they've said, I haven't heard rumours and this, that, and that in terms of going to Man United. They just said, but I can't stay here forever. They've said
Van der Sar is an interesting one.
Yeah. Van der Sar and Ten Hag would come to Man United in a heartbeat in the summer if we asked them to, right? That Ten Hag would come in a heartbeat. Ten Hag wants that new challenge. You can tell he's hungry for that challenge, right? You know, we all know that, you know, Ten Hag, he loves Ajax. He's done a fantastic job there, but he will want to make that step up. And the comments he makes, those comments are made by managers always. They're comments like, I'm happy here, but I can't stay here forever. Or I'm happy here, but there may be a time where I might need to move on, right? So for me, the earlier Rangnick goes up to the border and the better. And I want Ten Hag. I don't really want Pochettino. It's okay.
I'm actually against Pochettino now coming.
Whoa!
Right, you're flipping flopping around.
Flip-flop, live on Saeed TV.
Yeah, this guy went from singing his magic, you know, yeah.
Yeah, the magic, you know, is gone. Nah, because I'm in a different mentality, man. I'm on the Ten Hag.
Were you saying I won, yeah?
Hey, yeah, you won. Take it. I'm not asked now. I've already called him a serial bottler anyway on the Dom Robbie show, so you get me. It's all good. It's all good right now. You know what it is with Pochettino? I think we're going back to the whole kind of, you know what I mean, what we didn't want to do. I think for me, I'm on a clear structural, development, proper coaching role of a Ten Hag. I think that's what I'm keen on right now. You know what I'm saying to you? Yo, listen, man, it's Ten Hag. What do you want a song? All right, then. I don't know, man. I'll have to make one up, innit? I'll have to make one soon, man. But for me, Ten Hag is my number one aim now. I don't want anyone else. You know what I mean? Listen, it's okay, Sham, man. Don't worry, man. We're all good. We're all good, man. You know what I mean? You have to, because you know what it is? Pochettino now, would that be good for Man United right now if we had Rangnick and you go from Rangnick to Pochettino? Would that make sense to you guys?
If Ralph chooses him, then yeah. But I don't think stylistically they're similar, which is why I don't think it will happen.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it will happen. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think it will happen. For me, it's Ten Hag over Poch.
But even Ten Hag is not from the same sort of, if we talk about styles of play.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So this is the thing. The thing with Rangnick is he may find some manager that he knows from Germany that plays a similar style of play that he's been playing. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. Does he go with I would call Ten Hag sort of the next best thing. Ten Hag, like he's not on the level of Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp. I think they're ahead of Thomas Tuchel. I think some people are saying Thomas Tuchel is the best manager in the world. I understand the job he's done at Chelsea and everything, but Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola are a level above Tuchel in terms of what they've achieved in their whole career, right? In terms of their whole CV. Thomas Tuchel's done fantastically recently, but he could definitely get to those levels. But Tuchel could get to that level if he continues what he's been doing recently in terms of winning trophies. But Ten Hag is below that Tuchel level. So that's sort of level 3, as I call it. So he's not a world-class manager, but he could be the next best thing. He's ready to enter into that stage and test himself to be a world-class manager. So yeah.
This guy was shameless, you know.
Listen, don't worry, man. It's all right, man. You know what I mean? It's the lockdown fever in it already. It's catching me already, man. But it is what it is, man. I just think for me, Arsenal fans talking about flip-flopping. Take a look at yourself, mate. Now, but yours was different. Yours was every week. At least mine is. When did I last talk about Pochettino?
Probably last week, no, you.
Hey.
Oh,
Saying he's a rebel. Watch out for him, wallah. You're getting Jesse Marsh. Would you have Jesse Marsh? Didn't do well at Dortmund. Sorry, not Dortmund. Leipzig.
I'll be honest here. You see with me with managers, whoever Ralph chooses, I'll back in it. Like, I'm at that point. Like, I just don't want United to go with like that obvious big name. Let Ralph choose his guy.
You think it may neutralize a pressing ball retaining? Would need more ballers. We need more. We need. You know, when you look at this team, yeah, whatever the plan is, man, we need a lot of different players to what we've got now. You know, and we need maybe to kind of sell some players in order to get them. You know, because our squad is, what do you call it? What would I call it? I wouldn't say it's overbalanced, but it's bloated, isn't it, Charlie? You know, heard Cavani wants to leave. I'm a bit sad about Cavani leaving, I'll be honest with you, because I wanted it to see how he would fit under Rangnick, but apparently he's pressing for that Barcelona move. You know what I mean? Like, he's pressing for it, like, absolute. Like, this season, he hasn't already had a chance in front of the Old Trafford crowd. A bit of a sad one, isn't it? Cavani, not really. I was there, by the way, for the Fulham game when he tripped the keeper. Unbelievable goal. If only had a full crowd for that, man, that would have been unbelievable.
Yeah, you look, Cavani last season was my favourite player, right? He was my favourite player, but he is just getting injury after injury. And he's not even, you know, I thought this season when we signed Ronaldo, we all thought Cavani will be sort of that super sub to come on, that Ronaldo Cavani maybe in the last sort of 5 or 10 minutes if we need a goal, right? But the thing with Cavani is I just don't know what's happened to him. Because he was as fit, he was playing nearly every game last season. He was fit and he was playing nearly every. He was one of our best players. We were playing Pogba. On the left. Cavani. It's fantastic. Cavani, Bruno, and Pogba were linked. I remember the 6-2 win at home to Roma. That was fantastic. But I just don't know what's happened with him, and I'm almost more sad to lose Martial.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Martial for me. If Martial and Cavani both leave, we're in huge trouble.
You think so?
Trouble. Yeah, in huge trouble. In this 4-2-2, we're in huge trouble because if you look at the front two options we've got Ronaldo and Greenwood. We've got Ronaldo and Rashford, or Rashford and Greenwood. Obviously, Sancho or Bruno could maybe play there as well, maybe dropping in. But
Elanga as well.
Yeah, maybe Elanga. But I'm talking if we want about winning something at the end of the season, if Cavani or Martial leaves and then the other one leaves in the summer, we're actually in big trouble. We need to invest in that area because we've got Ronaldo, who is a poacher now. Ronaldo's a poacher for me. He's not going to... He will run the channels sometimes. He will hold the ball sometimes. But he cannot...
Yeah, he's a poacher.
He cannot be world-class in terms of... His overall game isn't world-class anymore, in my opinion. He's a world-class goal scorer. He's world-class movement.
I agree.
He's not a world-class player overall anymore for me, right? In terms of his overall game. And if we look at the other strikers next to Ronaldo, you've got Greenwood. I don't think those two will link up well together. You've got Rashford. We've already seen the problems that those two have. We can't hold the ball up. And that's what Martial does. Martial, I think, if you watch Rick the Red, if you watch Ricky, he said it fantastically a couple of weeks ago. He holds the ball up. He kills the ball dead. He wins a free kick, or he kills the ball dead, holds the defender off, and passes it on. It goes up to Rashford. He loses it. It goes up to Ronaldo. He loses the ball. We can't. There's nobody to hold the ball up. So
even Cavani, you know.
Yeah, against Norwich, it was just the ball was just kept coming back. We just couldn't hold the ball. So that is my worry. That's my worry. Losing Martial and or Cavani.
Big up Zuhaib with the super chat. Love for that, bro. I remember Donny and Fred in a game last season, and they worked quite well together. We should try and see how it would fare. To be honest, I think that game was Southampton away, wasn't it?
Was not Istanbul.
Istanbul. No, that was Bruno and no, that was Matic and no, sorry, what was that one? That
No,
was
I
a
think
dodgy formation. That one.
was it not Istanbul at home? We tried them, Donny and Fred.
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, you might be right. It was the home game. Yeah,
because I think that game we played well offensively, but I think they still had like 13 shots or something from memory.
Yeah, and they scored as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
No, I'm sure we played them Southampton away. Can anyone help me out here? I'm sure Donny and Fred played Southampton away, and then Donny
But
played
that might have
well in
been
that game.
Was that not a diamond as well then? I think.
Yeah, you're right. I think McTominay played as well, or Matic.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
But I don't know. Stat, what do you think? Obviously, you never rated Cavani, have you? So, you know what I mean? Should we have kept him to see how it works with him and Ronaldo up top? It worked against Tottenham, but then maybe Tottenham was just that shit, weren't they? You know what
I can't lie. I said this here with Cavani. I don't really mind if he leaves, but at the same time, Atletico in the Champions League is what I'm thinking about. I want someone like Cavani who's had Champions League experience, who's played in these big games, playing in that game, innit, to help us go through. Because Atletico is going to be a very, very tough tie in terms of their in-game management. We haven't had players that have been in these last stages. Cavani's one of them, though. Which is why for the Champions League, I'm like, it is going to be a loss, innit? But at the same time, I feel like Cavani at times has probably disrespected the club. In my eyes, I don't think necessarily he even wanted to be here. So I'm not really fast. Like people act like Cavani's.
But also, he gave Ronaldo the number 7 shirt.
So
no, but I said, like, you know, when you say disrespect to the club, you know, I mean, the club asked him, "Can he give the Ronaldo to that shirt?" He gave that one. I think they, did he not have like problems with his dad or something, his family, and then he came back, or I don't know. I think there's been a few opportunities where he's helped United, and then obviously there's certain situations where he's been on holiday and it's just not come back for some reason.
Exactly, so which is why I think
it's a difficult one, man.
We're better just moving him on if he wants to go. Like, I say this
especially
about
when he's forcing a move.
I say this about every single player. If a player doesn't want to be here, let them go. Same thing with Martial. Would I keep Martial? Potentially because of his hold-up play, but if he doesn't want to be here, go. Same thing with Cavani.
Yeah, I think that's a mentality we should have, now. You know what I mean? When you look at players wanted to leave or wanted to stay, Charlie, I think we're not at that stage where, the manager's made the biggest point. He said, listen, if people want to leave, they can leave. Do you know what I mean? And that's the situation right now. It's whoever wants to play in this system, you have to thrive and you have to become a kind of you have to want to play for Man United as well.
Yeah, well, I said this months ago, and I got a load of hate for it. But I said this months and months ago. The damage that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did to this squad was resounding, absolutely resounding. This team, we all know, look, under Ole, in terms of his league positions, 3rd and 2nd, he did okay. I didn't expect Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to win a title. With the squad that we had, I expected us to do better. We fell off at the end of last season in terms of challenging. We should have definitely done better. Right? But his league positions were respectable. His cup performances, his performance in the cups were dreadful. The amount of semi-finals and the final that we lost, right? And this team was ready to win now in terms of cups. We should have won cups. I'm not saying we should have won titles, but it was ready to win cups, right? And the issue that we've had now is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the way that his system was, it only fitted certain players. The same players played every single week, meaning that those that didn't play were what if I was Martial, right? If I was Ahmad, if I was Van der Beek, why should I try? Why should I try? Because I know if Fred has a bad game, if McTominay has a bad game, they're never getting dropped. So this is the problem we've got. Now these players want to leave the club. We've already got, look, with Ole or not, we knew Cavani and Ronaldo. We know Ronaldo's going to leave in a year and so. We know Cavani's going to leave at some point. We know Pogba's going to leave at some point. But let's at least have made the most of all these players together. But that's what we haven't done. And now these players want to leave. These players want to leave. And to be honest with you, it's going to, the rebuild that Ole had, the so-called rebuild after Jose Mourinho that Ole had to do. I tell you what, a lot of people are in for a shock. There's a lot of players at our football club that there's a lot of players. We'll need 2 goalkeepers in the next 3 years. We'll need centre halves. We need a striker. There's a lot of work to do here.
Yeah, of course. I think midfielder. I think we need 2 midfielders because if Donny and Pogba go, that's 2 right there. So a lot of people listen. We're not going to make Chelsea excuses where
we've got people like McTominay not good enough anyway.
Yeah, we're not going to make Chelsea excuses where they say they want a striker all of a sudden when Lukaku's already come to the club. We're not going to make them sort of excuses, but there are a lot of players. You know what I mean? Like we're thinking, what is he? What's his purpose? But now I feel like all these players want to leave because now there's an accountability. There's no more kind of like, yeah, Ollie's might play me. He likes me. I think he likes me. So Cavani's thinking, yeah, man, I'm not going to have that same connection anymore with Rangnick. Rangnick knows what he wants, and I don't think I can give that. And I don't like the atmosphere in the dressing room. So end of the day, I'm leaving. Now there's an accountability. They have to report now. They have to report to certain situations. Pogba, look what Pogba, straight away back from Dubai, straight here. He wants the Rangnick wants him to train here. So certain things like that, where the fans and the media turn against players, Rangnick will say, no, we're not doing that anymore. We're going to train here. Then later on, you're not going to get bad press online, and it's going to help players do that. So it's just one of them situations, man. And the Martial one as well. Do you see him leaving the start, man? Is he reckon he's on the horizon to leave as well, isn't it?
I said this before, and I still don't think he'll leave. But I think if an offer comes in of a potential loan move, then I think United might do it. Because if you're Anthony Martial, you're probably looking at a loan until the end of the season, fresh new environment is not bad. And then coming into the end of the season, Cavani's going to be gone. Or there's a guarantee that Cavani's probably going to be gone, innit? And then you might get more game time and stuff, innit? But I think with the Martial situation, I think it's just about the right offer coming in. More than anything.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's all about the right offer coming in, you know what I mean? But it's just going to be a very, very sticky situation. But I just don't know with this Premier League, when will we have a game, Charlie, man? When's the next? You know what I mean? What do you think will happen now, man? Because it's a bit of a sticky one now, man. Especially for kind of people who, content creators, people who are even general fans as well. A lot of people want to know where the situation's going. Fans around the world. I want to go back to Old Trafford. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not a good look, man. It's just nothing is there. You know what I mean? It feels a bit depressing at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't want to put a negative tone on it, but I don't think Manchester United will be playing. I think we've played our last game in 2021, unfortunately. I don't think we'll be playing. I don't think we'll be playing. And I think in terms of COVID and everything.
Yo, it's good, man. Sorry, Saeed. I have to jump in the car, man. I have to go pick his mum up. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, no worries, man. No worries.
Yeah, okay, cool. So, yeah,
man. I think in terms of sort of COVID, it might be a blessing in disguise that it's hit us all at the same time. Because I think Man United we had all of our cases. I think we've got like 13, 14, I don't know how many there are, but we've had a load of cases all hit at once. And I hope everyone recovers well, but hopefully that because everybody's caught it in a similar time period and not like a few days after everything's happened at a very, very similar time, we can get everybody recovered and then we can all come back. So that's what I'm hoping. It may have actually been a good thing that it's happened early for us, because then our players have got more time to recover, and hopefully by the end of the month, by early January, everybody will be back in training, and we can start training them for the rest of the season.
I just want to say, Noah, please stop timing people out, man. I see you timing a lot of people out. So, Noah, please can you stop timing a lot of people out? But yeah, it's crazy, man. Lockdown, man. I have to just,
be like a teacher, yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, mate. I'm telling you, I'm about to come back my teacher mode out, mate. Yeah, I'm back in that vibe.
I want to hear Saeed shout at someone,
Nah, I never used to shout when I was a teacher, though. I didn't really need to. I was more of a kind of...
the presence, isn't it, Saeed? The
presence, man, exactly. The presence, man. You know what I mean? You know what the master man used to say. You know what I mean? What do you think, bits and bobs?
What was the last topic there? Sorry, Saeed.
Just in general, we're just kind of like reflecting on when football will return for Man United, obviously the Premier League as well, but,
Do you know what, Saeed? Obviously, look, the health of the players and the fans are the most important, of course, right? However, we've got fools running this country, so we've got clowns making silly decisions. And you know what the funny thing is? Common sense isn't common for these firms, these institutions and stuff. And look, if it means you need to break it down with the fans, and make sure that there's, 2 meters or whatever, then do that. However, I have to emphasize this, mental health will play a massive factor if they cancel it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
If it doesn't go ahead, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, mental health, people will struggle, and I dare say suicidal thoughts and stuff. They've just got to be smart with it, Listen, you've got. I'm sorry to say this, guys, and Said, I hate that I'm saying it on your show, but we've got people telling us to get the vaccine, they get the double vaccine. Now we're getting told to get a booster. Do you know what I mean? These are the same people who are going to advise the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? So we need some presence from yourself in these rooms, bro. Do you know what I mean, to make these decisions? I just hope they don't cancel it. If they do, maybe have a winter break like all the European leagues. Do you know?
Well, they'll enjoy it.
So we'll see, man. But those are my thoughts, bro.
Yeah, we'll see. I think for me, it's just a kind of staying calm and just realizing, when they say football is the most important of least important things, that comes to mind for me. And I think we just got to just stick together. I'll try and bring out as much content as I can. Statman likewise as well. We'll try and keep you all entertained. But in terms of football, I don't know. Empty stadiums incoming. I don't know. Maybe I reckon they can still do maybe 10,000. But then we're in a ballot there, Charlie. You know what I mean? We're going to be in a ballot. You know what I mean? It's not great, man. You know what I mean? When the last game I went to, was it Fulham, man? I didn't celebrate with anyone. I was just celebrating with myself. And it's not great, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not great, is it? When you're in there and you kind of want to celebrate with people, it's not great, is it?
No, I think social interaction, seeing people, and just walking. If you're walking around outside and you're seeing other people, just talking to strangers, as I do when I go on the train to every game to United. I make friends on the train. I'm just talking.
Of course.
I don't even know who they are. I made friends, and it's just like the social interaction is so vital for everybody's mental health and well-being. And if things were to be cancelled, in terms of the games were to be cancelled, I would be holding like Twitter Spaces, conversations online, just to try and get everybody together, just so everybody can at least interact. Because I've seen so many messages on Twitter in the last few days about struggling with mental health, and it really is a real shame. So just from my heart, if anyone on the show tonight is feeling down, if you're ever feeling down, just come to messages. We're
absolutely.
Come to DMs.
DMs are always open.
There's a message. Yeah,
absolutely. That's the key message. And in terms of Spider-Man, I tell you to watch it quick, because if the cinema's locked down, then you won't be able to watch it, because apparently Spider-Man said that they won't be making any hard copies until every single country in the world has watched it. When you look at Norway, apparently Norway can't watch it until January. So, I don't know where you're going to watch it from, people. I don't think there'll be any illegal streaming sites where they'll play it. So, but the funniest for it is, just to kind of give you a quick message. I was going to the Spider-Man on Thursday, but guess what? I bought the tickets. This is how bad it is.
Only you could do this,
Only I could do this, by the way, people. So, this is just crazy. So I'm booking the tickets, right? Online on the View, View Cinemas.
Yeah.
I bought the tickets, right? And when it gives you 5 minutes to kind of book them, because I don't know what with all this kind of new rules in it. 5 minutes. So by the end of the time I put my bank details on, right? It ties me out. So I have to do it again. And I was like, flipping hell, mate. So I did it again. And then I clearly remember pressing Thursday. And the next thing you know, we went to the cinemas, blah, blah, blah. We collected our tickets. We went upstairs. And the woman who lets you go upstairs because she took your tickets, she said it's fine. So how she let me, by the way, which is crazy. I'm not trying to get her sacked or anything, but she let us through. So we got there, me and my other brothers, right? We're sitting down, we're thinking, right, what we do is we go into cinema screening 12. Next thing you know, we go in there, shit, the movie's on. So we already like nearly spoiled it for ourselves. You know what I mean? So we get in there, we're like, whoa, the movie's about to finish. This is not our screening. So then we go back out, we sit down. I'm like, yeah, man, 5 o'clock. Poof. It's 5:04. I'm thinking, right, are we getting in or what, man? Then, yeah, I look at the thing, Monday, the 20th of December, it says, can you believe it, people? So then I had to go downstairs. All my little brothers are pissed off, saying, what the flip? We had one job to book the tickets. I go downstairs, no more tickets available, only VIP. I look at the price, £15 per ticket. I went, oh, Lord. You know what I mean? I got about, 3 tickets for 15, 1 ticket for 15 quid. And then I looked around and said, should we go back on the line? I said, no, man, you got to pay that money. So then I was like, all right, cool. 15 quid each, mate. Boom. And then we went up to the screening and it was all right. My VIP tickets, me, I'm telling you. But I had to do it. So people, the message of the story is, the moral story is, yeah, don't book the wrong tickets because there's a glitch on that View website. I'm telling you now, I definitely picked on the Thursday.
Nah, man, it's
Gave
just
me the Monday. Nah, mate. Listen, I messed up badly. But end of the day, Spider-Man movie, quality movie. And yeah, man, someone said Karen Saeed, It's peak, man. I went 15 quid, man. Are you kidding me? About 15 quid. But listen, it is what it is. Just a kind of a funny story to end the show here. Big up to everybody who's watched in, man. Make sure you smash a like on the video, people. You know what I'm saying to you. And make sure you keep yourself well. Charlie, where can they find you, man?
Yeah, on Twitter, threadbadchazza. Just do some threads now and again just to analyze some stuff. So yeah, check them out if you like.
Absolutely. And Statman Bays, what are you doing next? Are you doing anything tomorrow? Having a day off or?
Oh, I don't even know. Maybe the Atletico watch along because they're playing Sevilla tomorrow, innit?
Yeah. I don't know, but I might do the who's playing 3 o'clock tomorrow? Anyone?
No, they're definitely someone. I think Leeds are playing Arsenal tomorrow at 5:30, I think it is.
Yeah, I might do the Leeds Arsenal watch along. I'll see, but I don't know, man. I just when you just can't be arsed when it's not United, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I'll
be honest, I can't be arsed right now.
I can't be arsed right now.
Bayern are winning 1-0 though.
Bayern are winning 1-0. I don't know if you're doing a watch along for that.
I can't be arsed right now, man. I just want to go upstairs in bed and watch the game, innit? Like it's too cold right now to do a watch along.
It's peak, people. I'm going to the boxing tomorrow. If anyone's coming to the boxing tomorrow night, Manchester Arena. Zelfa Barrett, yeah. There's a heavyweight champion tomorrow. Obviously, Zelfa Barrett, Manchester born. So we're going to go support him. Obviously, it's going to be a fight tomorrow, Manchester Arena. I booked the tickets a while back because it fell well to the United game because United would play 12:30 tomorrow. So it was good that I'm going to go there. You know what I mean? Something that I can watch. So if anyone's going there, let me know. DM me. We can meet up. We can link up. And it's Sunday, obviously, Q&A on my channel. I'm going to try and keep them doing it. I might do twice a week. You never know, people. I might even do FIFA videos, but maybe Statman, we can have round 2. You on it?
I'm trying to buy a monitor, innit, to play FIFA.
All right, say no. But you need to get you need to get the as well. If you want to play games, you need that game capture. Yeah,
I'm trying to get that as well. You can get that.
What about you, Charlie? Do you play FIFA?
No, I played a lot in the past, but I just got fed up of it because Foot Champion has finished me off. I think the rage and all that. Just,
that means I can trade with you, innit? I can trade on you, and then before I go stack my base, innit? So maybe you can have a quick training session.
To lose 10-1 again, yeah.
Nah, I'm not gonna lose 10-1 because your lag, mate, caused me problems, innit? You feel me? So
excuses are coming out. Here we go.
Nah, man, the excuse not coming out. Me, the lag.
Charlie knows.
The lag was crazy. The lag was crazy. Big up Alien Tieno says gaming sessions for me tomorrow. Yeah, man, I might mix things up in it. You know what I mean? We'll try and mix things up. We'll try and do things differently. Yeah, man, we'll just try and make some things happen while we can in this month lockdown. You know what I mean? Like I said to you, the shows will continue, but obviously we'll try and do things in between. And then Sunday, I'll see you next time. Maybe Sunday for the Q&A after Statman's show. So that'll probably be about 9 o'clock. But people, Enjoy the rest of your day. Big 6 in about 15 minutes. If you want to come join us there, come join us there. But for now, people, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I will see you soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.